Hello, everybody, and welcome to the East vs. West NFL Pick Challenge, Week 9. I'm Big Time Mike. This is Mr. Johnny H, and you see a little bit of a difference this week. That's right. He's wearing the Wentz shirt because Johnny H lost a bet last week.
E-A-G-L-E-S. Beat the Niners! And now I have to wear this.
It's good. It's good. I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
I'm not going to do the whole thing.
That's fine. That works. That works.
That's the best you'll get out of me.
That works. Definitely.
I will not be flying Eagles fly over the road to victory. I'm saying the wrong word.
He knows the words.
I'm saying Jason Petrucci's version of it because I hear him say it so much. He says
words.
Misery instead of victory.
You guys are punks.
I didn't
Fly,
say
Eagles fly on the
I
road
know
to
that,
victory.
but I'm so used to hearing him say that just came out. I didn't mean to do that.
We're going to do this one right here. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! That's right. The Eagles defeated the 49ers 33-10 last week.
Like they were supposed to.
And that is why Johnny H is wearing the Eagles gear. I'm not making him wear the hat.
Eagle fan alive. Drink it in, man.
And he's got the list. He's got the list. So, but I'm wearing the hat this week because that's usually the shirt that I wear. But he's got to wear it.
That's okay.
So I'll wear the hat. I got to wear some type of Eagles gear.
Why does it smell like cheese?
Why does it smell like cheese? Why does it smell like cheese? I think I had cheese earlier. I did. I had cheese with some lemon and bologna. That's right.
Probably.
And I think I may have touched it with cheese. It's well, you're gonna smell like cheese too.
That's okay.
So, anyways, last week for the second week in a row, I finished above 500. That is right. I went 10-3 last week. Johnny H here finished 12-1.
That's right.
He sucks at Thursday night.
Only one I got wrong.
He is terrible on Thursday nights. Terrible.
You know what happens Thursday night when you always make me wrong? Do you? You just made the list! You stupid idiot! I'm full on Chris Jericho mode right now.
But not only did we both lose Thursday night, we got our ass handed to us when the Dolphins soundly got defeated by the Baltimore Ravens, even with Joe Flacco going down. Lost 40-0. 40-0.
And I said last week I picked the Dolphins because I wanted to try to catch lightning in the bottle because Matt Moore doesn't win much, so I was hoping I could get a cheap win out of him, but yeah, that didn't happen.
Cheap win.
Now,
this guy's up by 18, and he has to get cheap wins.
You did the same thing. You picked the Dolphins, so I don't want to hear it.
I did pick the Dolphins, but I picked the Dolphins because I needed a win, not a cheap win. Me 10-3, Johnny H 12-1 last week, which gave me a total of 58-61 on the season. I'm almost at 500. Almost.
Keep trying. Keep trying. You'll join.
I'm close.
You'll join the 500 club hopefully this week.
And Johnny H is at a very soundly 77-42.
I'm the chairman of the board of that club.
Very soundly 77-42, which unofficially has him up by 19 right now because of Thursday night, which we will talk about later on. We'll talk about later on. We always say we're going to talk about Thursday night next week, and then we end up talking about Thursday night anyways. So we're going to say later on. Okay.
We should just do it next week when we recap it, because we always end up talking about it both weeks.
Okay. So that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we will anyways. So
we will give our picks though for it though.
So usually I start this off with this, but I'm going to let, since Johnny H got to sit here with the Eagles gear on the whole night, I'm going to let you start off with your key moments of the week.
All right, my key moments of the week. Let me turn back time here and look at the games. Were, as a 49er fan, my key moment of the week was seeing what CJ Beathard could do. And it wasn't much. He's not accurate at all. Okay? He can run. The guy is a great runner. But he is not accurate. Which is why the 49ers traded for the quarterback of the future, Jimmy Garoppolo.
And with you saying that, sorry about cutting you off here for a second. You can get back to your key moments of the game, but I got some key points of the week. First off, the 49ers traded for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yes.
We also had the Carolina Panthers trade away Kelvin Benjamin to the Buffalo Bills.
That's not going to make a difference.
The Philadelphia Eagles traded for running back of the Miami Dolphins, now Philadelphia Eagle, Mr. Jay Ajayi, which I'm very excited about. And some sad news in the NFL, another good up-and-coming quarterback went down for the season at practice this past week. Mr. Deshaun Watson of the Houston Texans. Very, very sad.
Yeah.
This kid was on the up and up. It may have been happening very fast, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Johnny H., do you have any more keys of the week?
To be honest with you, no, because the Niners game was the only one that really mattered to me that last week. Because I wanted to see what Bethard could do against a real team. So, we got Jimmy G now. Which, I've been on the Kirk Cousins train all season. But this is better than Kirk Cousins. Because we're going to get him cheaper. We're not going to have to pay him $25 million. We're going to get him cheap when we re-sign him next year. And he's going to have to earn that big money. So, and as far as the Patriots go, you better hope. You better pray to the football gods that Tom Brady doesn't get hurt. Because guess who you signed as your backup? Brian Hoyer. The guy who Bethard stole the job. Didn't steal, but outplayed him for. So, protect Brady for all he's worth.
Well, I have some key moments of the week. My first key moment of the week is by far the Eagles-Niners. The Eagles moving to a great 7-1, still the best team in the league. Even though they beat the Niners, this game started off very, very slow for the Eagle offense. Very, very slow. The one thing that's bugging me about this season is the fact that they start off slow and they pick up in the second quarter. Going down the stretch, after their bye week, because they got Denver this week, I think this week against Denver is going to be, I'm not going to say a wash game. I don't think it's going to be a game that's going to be very easily won. Do I think the Eagles are going to win this game? Yes, and there you go. My first pick of the week, Eagles. Okay, we'll get to that later. But do I think the Eagles are going to win this game? Yes. Do I think they're going to win it soundly? No.
I agree, because Denver's defense, their offense might be questionable, but their defense is definitely not.
But, I mean, going down the stretch, I mean, they still got to play the Cowboys twice. They got to play the Giants one more time. They got to play the Seahawks.
Is that in Seattle?
That is in Seattle.
I thought so.
They got some tough games ahead of them. And this win is crucial to go 8-1 into the bye week. It's going to be huge. And this win against the Niners, even though you may not have thought it was huge, honestly, it is huge. It is a huge, huge deal because of the fact of the 49ers are slowly putting their pieces together, and Jimmy Garoppolo may be the start. You don't know that.
I think he's going to be the start of the offense getting put together because they worked on the defense during the draft in the offseason. He's the first offensive piece, really.
And that's what I mean, is you're going to have these teams now that are putting the pieces together or already put the pieces together, and they're going to start fighting and vying for playoff position. It is now literally playoff football. Teams need to win.
Yeah, November time. Yep.
It is time
Week 9.
for teams to start winning because they want to get into that playoff position.
Yeah.
So this is where the Eagles really need to take advantage of going into a bye week at 8-1 because they cannot afford to lose 4 games. They can't. They cannot afford it. And it can happen against Dallas once or twice. It can happen against the Giants. Giants already proved they can win with the roster that they have. They did it the first week before they went into their bye.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks are just one of those teams that you cannot escape. Houston last week, obviously, and that was a key game for me as well. The Houston Texans, Seattle Seahawks. One game that Johnny H. said the Seahawks were going to demolish the Texans because it was in Seattle. Well, that turned out to be a shootout.
It was, but the result was as I expected, so I can't complain about that.
But it was still a point that it was going to be a loud stadium, and I told you, Deshaun Watson is used to big crowds, 60, 70,000 people or plus. Going into that stadium, I don't feel like it was going to be a problem for him, and it was not. Losing 41-38 is not a bad loss. The big loss is Deshaun Watson going down, period, which really, really sucks for Houston. My other key game was the Redskins and the Cowboys. That was supposed to be, and it looked like for a while it was going to be a great game. And then the Cowboys decided we're going to run away with this game. Yeah. 33-19 in the last, I think it was like 4 minutes. They scored, went up, and then that was it. Closed the door.
Cowboys realized they had a better team.
On the Redskins.
I think I may have a rant this week, but I'm going to save it for that.
My last key, and this was tough to really point out as my last key of the week, but I took this one because of the fact that when you turn this game on at any moment, whether you're watching another show and you flipped over to it, or you were done watching your show and you were, excuse me, whew. That's what happens when you wake up at 5 in the morning.
That's it?
Shut up. Just as tired as you. But when you turned this game on, no matter what, you see nothing but boom, 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 hitting. And that was the Steelers and the Lions. The Steelers defeated the Lions 20-15, in which I found to be a hard-hitting football game. These two teams, every time I turned it on, were just smacking each other in the mouth. They were hitting. And this is that hitting that I seen right there is the stuff that this league is trying to take away. They didn't take away a lot of it from this game. It was boom, 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 hit, hit, hit. There was probably one call in there that was helmet to helmet, deservingly so. It should have been. But these teams were just cracking the hell out of each other.
I didn't see the game.
Bottom line, cracking the hell out of each other. Those were the key moments of the week. So, I don't know, man.
I say let's talk about the Thursday night game, because it is the first game of the week. I know we said we save it till next week, so...
We'll end up talking about it anyway. Do you want to go first about this game?
Yeah, first off, I took the Buffalo Bills. Thanks, Derek. Don't bet against the Bills. Thanks, buddy. I took your advice, and I jinxed your team. You made me do it. I didn't want to, but you made me do it. No, the thing for this game was, I don't know what's going on in New York, specifically Buffalo. Was their O-line on strike? Were they protesting for some reason? Did they hike the ball and all lock arms and kneel at the same time? Because Tyrod Taylor was constantly under pressure that whole game. He got his butt whooped. It was not pretty. He was running for his life. I felt sorry for the guy. And Shady McCoy got no blocking whatsoever. I mean, you take away McCoy out of the offense, it is a big, big thing. And Tyrod Taylor, he might be average, maybe a little bit above average. But still, he didn't have time to throw the ball. He barely had time to run the ball. The Jets' defense solely controlled this game and just really just hammered the Buffalo offense. It was an onslaught of which I haven't seen in a long time. So I'm going to give my props to the New York Jets defense for that one, because they single-handedly controlled that game.
I just took the Jets simply because I thought this guy was going to take the Bills. I didn't know he took the Bills until later on, until like probably 4 hours before game time. I took the Jets 2 days in advance. And I was like, okay, I just had a small feeling the Jets might take this one, but if I lose, I lose. I'm already down by 19.
Yeah.
But then I turned the game on, and the Jets were just pretty much smacking the Bills in the mouth.
Yeah.
Just smacking the Bills in the mouth.
That's what I mean.
And I was like, man, this is a great start to the week.
If the Jets defense can play like that every single week, they might sneak into the playoffs. Might. I'm not saying they will, because they probably won't play like that every week. So,
and just like you said, sneak into the playoffs. This is basically playoff season. It is. I mean, these two teams right here in the AFC East vying for position. Yeah, the Patriots may own it, but then this comes down to wild card.
Yeah.
And we've seen the Jets in the past and the Bills in the past have success in the wild card round. So,
yeah, this is true.
So, with that being said, these two teams had to go out there and bust each other's ass. Bottom line.
One got that memo, the other one just got their ass busted.
Yeah. And the Jets came out on top 34-21 last night on the Thursday Nighter, which gave me a win, which puts me officially now, I shall say officially, minus 18.
Yeah.
And 2 games closer to 500.
That's right.
So, let's get into week 9.
Sounds like a plan, Stan.
Week 9. And we are going to start it off. You can take it off now.
No, I'm going to do the whole show.
You can take it off.
Whole
now.
show.
Oh, he's going to keep it on.
I gave him the offer. Bro. Bet's a bet.
I gave him the offer. He can take it off if he wants to. I said, hey, nope, let's keep it on.
Why would I deprive the female ladies Eagle fans to look at the sexiest Eagle fan alive right now?
Yeah, they get to see these guns. So, look at that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
All right. Back.
YouTube gets to see that. Oh, man.
Back to the 1 o'clock games. So let's start off with the Falcons traveling to Carolina to play the Panthers. And this was one of the 2 hardest games of the week for me to pick. Because it can go either way. I think they are evenly matched. You know, the Panthers lost Kelvin Benjamin to the Bills. Well, guess what? He seems like he didn't play half the year anyway, so are they really going to miss him? Probably not. And Buffalo, you're used to having a receiver who never plays in Sammy Watkins. So, you might not even miss him either. You might not even know he's gone. But back to this one. To be honest with you guys, I chose Carolina because they're at home. Most likely, I'll pick Atlanta, Week 17, when they play in Atlanta. This is one of those matchups I think they're going to split just because of the home field. I mean, I just think it's too even. I mean, the Falcons' offense is slowly getting back together, it seems. Well, the Panthers, they're on and off. But I just think because at home, they're going to pull it out.
Well, this makes the second difference of the week, because I went with the Falcons.
Good.
I went with the Falcons because I feel like I said, playoff football, man. And I have a feeling that this offense is going to start cooking. And even though it's in Carolina, I just have a feeling that Matt Ryan is going to wake up. And like I always say, when the Falcons are not being noticed by the media, bad things happen to teams.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Falcons.
Yeah.
And again, this is another example of media is not covering this. Bad things are going to happen to the Panthers.
Yeah.
Bad things.
Maybe.
I think so.
Hope it's a good game, though. This will probably be the game that I watch out of the 1 o'clock games.
Another game that might actually be good because of the fact we have 2 quarterbacks who can't lead their team to victories. The Colts and the Texans. Again, Sadly enough, Deshaun Watson's down.
Yeah, that's a shame, too.
Which means the Texans have to put their backup in. And the Colts, well, their backup's going to be their starter for the rest of the year because it was just announced. Andrew Luck is going to be out for the season.
Yeah.
He is done for the year. So this is the battle of the backups.
I think we could all see that coming, though. And you can think of me what you want, but I half smiled when I saw that Deshaun Watson got hurt just because my boy Travis in fantasy football, I'm trying to catch him, and Watson was his starting quarterback. So, yeah, I thought of you right when I heard that news, Travis.
See, but I'm going to stick with the old faithful defense. That's why I'm going Texans. I'm going Houston in this game. I think, if anything, they've proven without their star player, J.J. Watt, that this defense can step up. They did it last week against Seattle. They came up a little short. I don't think they're going to come up short against the Colts. Texans win.
I went the exact opposite. I went the Indianapolis Colts because they don't have Deshaun Watson. Tom Savage, who lost his job to Deshaun Watson, comes back. Which means DeAndre Hopkins, your stock is falling. Good luck. I mean, anybody throwing the ball. I mean, catching the ball. Sorry. Good luck to those wide receivers. They're in the same boat that T.Y. Hilton and the Colts wide receivers are in. This could really come down to the battle of the running backs. Frank Gore versus Lamar Miller. I mean, really. Because I have no faith in... Although I shouldn't say I have no faith in Jacoby Brissett's proven he can manage the game somewhat better than Savage. So I kind of give the slight edge to the offense to the Colts, and I think Gore's a better running back than Lamar Miller. Defensively wise, Texans all the way. But if your offense doesn't score points, then you can be the best defense in the world. But all it takes is that one field goal to make it a 3-0 loss. So I went with the Colts for that reason.
So we're going to stick with the AFC South, even though they are playing an AFC North team. The Jacksonville Jaguars play host to the Cincinnati Bengals. Mr. Ginger Snap himself.
Yes.
Still can't prove a win. He's got some problems.
What happened to him? He was good last year.
I'd like you to answer that question because of the fact that I just didn't care for him from the start. I never thought Andy Dalton was that good.
I thought at first it was because of the offensive coordinator. And then they changed it and the offensive progressed slowly, week by week. And now it's like stalled out. It's like, why? You have the weapons, guys. Do something. Your defense isn't terrible. Why?
Well, I mean, the team that leads the league in sacks, I think is going to snap that ginger.
Oh yeah,
I'm going with the Jaguars all the way on this one.
I went with the Jacksonville Jaguars too. I said it maybe 2 weeks ago on this show that I was sleeping on how ferocious that Jaguars defense is. And then I watched them 1 week. And man, they can get to the quarterback like no other team. It don't matter that Blake Bortles is the quarterback. You know, Leonard Fournette coming back this game too. That's going to be a huge boost to that offense, running and passing, which should help Gabbard out and open him up throwing the ball too. Whereas you got the Bengals, I don't know. I've been saying it the last 3 or 4 years. Marvin Lewis needs to go. They're never going to win anything with him. You can fire the offensive coordinator, bring him in, but it's not going to work. Ultimately, it's the head coach. He needs to go. He needs to go. I think that's what's holding that team back, to be honest with you. So, but if I didn't say it, I think I did, but I went the Jaguars too.
You did say
I thought
the Jaguars.
I thought so.
We go from the Ginger Snap, who has the red hair, to the team that wears red themselves. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the New Orleans Saints in a huge NFC South matchup. But I'm going to say this right now. It's not as huge as we think.
No, it's
Tampa
not.
Bay is such a huge disappointment.
Yeah, they can't offensively get a rhythm going for whatever reason, and they have weapons. Doug Martin came back. It's like, what's going on with Jameis Winston? Really? I mean, I don't understand that.
And he's got the weapons too.
Yeah, he does.
Evans, Jackson.
Yeah,
he's got the weapons, and he doesn't use them. Does not use them. He relies on his tight end.
Yeah, he uses Cameron Brate.
He sure does. With that note being said, I went with the Saints.
I went with the Saints too, not because it's in New Orleans. Like I've said on past shows, I think home field advantage is big in sports, but just because I honestly don't think, even though that he has the weapons, I don't think Jameis Winston's going to keep up with Drew Brees in that offense. I really don't. So,
and this is a huge make or break week for the Bucs because if they lose this one, they are in a whole heap of trouble.
The Saints quietly climbed the ranks and took that division after starting off 0-2, if I remember right. Because I was high. I've been very high on the Saints, Panthers, and mildly high on the Chargers this year. And the Saints got off to such a rough start, but now they've reclaimed that division like I expected them to.
But you can't sleep on the Falcons.
No, you can't. They're right, and the Panthers are right behind them too.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
We go from a picking up team that plays a falling down team to another picking up team against a huge falling down team. The once St. Louis, now Los Angeles Rams,
Yeah.
against the New York Football Giants. You love when I do that.
I do. That's the highlight of the show, in my opinion.
You didn't get to see that last week. They
Yeah.
were on the bye.
I know.
They were on the bye week. So I couldn't
know.
do it. But hey, the first time on the
That's
new
okay.
Facebook page, and I got to do it. So
I can't
you
do
can see it.
I can't do the Los Angeles Superchargers, even though I just did it because they're on a bye week. So
You can't. But the Rams and the Giants, the team that leads the West, quietly leads the West, against the team who is the fallen beast of the East,
yeah, pretty much.
the New York Football Giants. I went Rams on this. It's not hard to pick. Rams' defense isn't too shabby, and their offense is quietly scoring touchdowns,
Yeah.
showing that they're a team.
Yeah.
And this ain't going to be a test for them.
No. No.
Not a test at all. I don't see them having a test in the East until they face the Eagles. Bottom line. Until they face the Eagles, they're not going to have a test in against any of the teams in the East. They beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They're going to beat the Giants. I don't even think they played. Yeah, they played the Redskins already. I think they beat the Redskins too. They ain't going to sweep the East. They might win this week. Once they get here, as Dikembe Mutombo would say, no, 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 no. Not in our house, even though I think it's in Los Angeles. It is in Los Angeles. Still, the Los Angeles Rams Stadium is going to become ours for that game. But that's for another day. I'm going Rams.
I went with the Rams too, and I'm gonna break this down for you real fast. Gurley's a beast. Eli lost his friends, his wide receivers. Giants have a good secondary, but it's not going to be enough. They're just hurting too much. So you gotta go. It's a no-brainer. You gotta go the Rams on this one.
We move on to an AFC South against an AFC North matchup in the Ravens and the Titans. The Ravens last week coming off a huge win. Huge win, 40-0.
Yes.
But
Stupid Dolphins.
it's against the Dolphins team who apparently can't figure anything out on offense, even though they have a winning record.
Well, to
Somehow.
their defense, they got their third-string quarterback in there.
Matt Moore.
Yeah.
So
I feel bad for the Dolphins, but I'll get into that once we get into their game.
So, even though the Ravens put up monster points, I still have faith that the Tennessee Titans are going to win this ballgame. That's why I'm going Titans.
I want Titans too, because Mariota is healthier now. And when he's healthier, he can do more. He can run more efficient, more effective. He can pass more efficient. So, and Corey Davis, his favorite target wide receiver, should be back this week. This is his first game back from injury. And I'm pretty sure he's missed him in the passing game. Because Delaney Walker can't do everything by himself. And the Ravens, I don't know. You win one, maybe lose 2 or 3, then win again. You're not at home. You're not at M&T Bank Stadium. I think Mariota's going to run all over that defense and pretty much steal the show. So, like I said, I went with the Titans too.
We go to our last 1 o'clock game.
That's right. That's right.
Last 1 o'clock game on the schedule this week. The 7-1 best team in the league. And I'm going to give them this name this week. The 7-1 best team in the league. From Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Eagles.
I knew you were going to say that. That just popped right into my head.
The Philadelphia
I knew it.
Eagles. 7-1. What more shall I say about that? And now have added the addition of Jay Ajayi, who I don't think is going to play this week. Because learn the playbook this week, be on the bye week next week, and then go in and bust the cow bitches' mouths.
Well, with that, I think he will play, but I think it'll be limited. I believe it was Peterson, their coach, that said they already have packages especially for him. So I think we might see him here and there. Just not. It'll be the Blunt show, the LeGarrette Blunt show, I think, this week, mainly.
But with that being said, it's okay, whether he plays or not. The Broncos. Tisk, tisk. You guys just fell off the wagon. It's like you guys are still drunk and hungover from your Super Bowl win 2 years ago.
It's getting really bad over there.
It's getting terrible. John Elway, I think you better strap up and get down on that field and help them out. Because your old ass might be the only hope at quarterback for this team. But don't do it this week. You might get murdered.
Yeah.
Because that ferocious Eagles defense is coming. And Trevor Siemian, well, they better warm up a bench for him.
Hold on, can I say something real quick? I have to correct you on that.
Oh, Trevor Siemian's not playing.
Yes, I went with the Eagles on this for 2 words. Because of 2 words. Brock Osweiler. He's now starting for Denver. That's all I need to say.
So get the IVs ready. Brock, your last name ain't Lesnar, son. You ain't taking us to Suplex City. Nuh-uh, kid. You better be ready. That Eagles defense. So, Johnny H, you could save
so
the.
You're taking the Eagles.
You could save the logo thing under me. There it is.
All right,
there it is. Eagles, all the way in this one. Let's go to 4 o'clock.
I agree.
Let's go to the West. Let's go out west. Let's go to San Francisco.
Yeah. Let's go to Santa Clara. Let's do this. Where the Arizona Cardinals come to play the 0-8 San Francisco 49ers.
Get ready for this one, kids.
Yes. You're coming to our house, Arizona. All right? You barely beat us with the skin of your teeth in Phoenix. All right? And that was with Carson Palmer as your quarterback. Well, guess what? Carson Palmer is going to be sitting on the bench wishing he was playing that game. Drew Stanton, who rarely wins games, is starting. So you don't have Palmer, and you don't have David Johnson. Sure, you have Adrian Peterson. That's fine. You still have Larry Fitzgerald, but you take that away with Drew Stanton. And on the flip side, the 49ers, you can say, oh, well, C.J. Beathard, what did he do? Not much, but he's still better than Drew Stanton, and they still have Carlos Hyde. They have a patchwork O-line, but that will not mean a difference. Why? Because the Arizona Cardinals will not be able to score many points, all right? This, I said it last week, the 49ers will win a game 3 to 4 weeks. This will be that game. I picked the 49ers. Okay, I have full faith in them. They do not have Carson Palmer to bail them out, the Cardinals, like they did when they played earlier in the year, hitting Larry Fitzgerald in the end zone at the very end of the game to bail them out. You're not going to get that with Drew Stanton. With Drew Stanton, you're going to get an incomplete pass or an interception. You may even get the ball thrown to the sideline for your incomplete pass because he's afraid of DeForest Buckner coming at him. So, yeah, I haven't said his name all season, but he's going to come at him. He's going to come at him hard. So, I went with the Niners because I truly believe that they will win this week because of just how handicapped with injury the Arizona Cardinals are.
This guy's on fire. Fired up.
We could win this week. They have, you don't understand, okay? You are 7-1. Okay, the 49ers toyed with me about 5 games of those 8 this season. They were this close and blew it. I have been waiting for this. Okay? We don't need the first overall pick anymore in the draft because we got our quarterback of the future. Jimmy Garoppolo, he probably will not be playing this week. The 49ers are on a bye week next week. So we'll be seeing Jimmy Garoppolo in 2 weeks when they play the Giants. So learn that playbook, son, because I want a 2-game win streak.
It's on fire.
Been building up all season, man. Wait till you hear what I got to say at the end.
I'm with him. I'm going Niners. I'm going Niners on this one. Bottom line. And since he's on fire, ladies and gentlemen, Eagles fans all around the world, please do not set me on fire. I've lasted this long, and y'all haven't burned me yet. I burned myself like 2 weeks ago on a toaster on my finger, and it's healed up pretty nicely, I must say.
Good.
Not bad. Not bad. But we had the Cowboys and the Chiefs. And every week we sit here and deal with Ezekiel Elliott suspended. 2 days later.
We'll get into that
He's
later.
Not suspended.
We'll get into that later.
He's suspended. Not suspended. Let's just put it this way. Let him play the rest of the year. And then suspend his ass next year. Bottom line. Suspend him next year. They're playing the Chiefs. Cowboys need him. We understand that.
Yeah.
Don't set me on fire. I'm going with the Cowboys in this one.
All right, so you're going with
The Cowboys.
The Cowboys.
Yes, the Cowboys.
This and the Falcons and Panthers game were the two hardest games for me to pick because I could literally see this game going either way. On one hand, I really think this could be a big trap game for the Chiefs, especially with Elliott playing. If Elliott wasn't playing, I would have went with the Chiefs. On the other hand, the Chiefs know they have to fend off the Patriots, who they beat week 1, and technically have the tiebreaker on. So this is a big, big game for them. It's a big game for Dallas, too, because they're not going to catch Philly. No one in that division is going to catch Philly. I mean, that's pretty obvious. So they're playing for the 5th or 6th wildcard seed right now. So this is a big game for Dallas. Dallas's offense, I don't think, has really lived up to what it could this season. I think Kansas City's defense will continue that. They won't completely shut them down. It'll be an entertaining game. It'll be a close game. But in the end, Alex Smith's game-managing skills, I think, will be the thing that pretty much makes the Chiefs wins by him not turning the ball over. So that's why I picked Kansas City in a close one.
We kind of went west, and then we went down south. And now we got to go over to the east and grab a team and pull them out west again. Because we got the Washington Redskins traveling to Seattle to play the Seattle Seahawks. I have nothing to say about this game.
East versus West.
This is East versus West. And honestly, I'm going west in this one, man. I'm going Seahawks.
I went with the Seahawks too, and it's pretty simple, really. Seattle's at home. You got the 12th man. The Washington Redskins have a patchwork offensive line, and that's giving them credit. Okay, they have guys that they're just taking off the streets and playing. Literally, hey, you want to play? You got some talent? Come on in. We got a jersey and helmet for you. Suit up, okay? We don't need you to block for Kirk Cousins. Just suit up. So. And that's no way to win football games. You need an O-line. So, and Seattle's O-line struggled at times, but it's nowhere near the Redskins' struggles. And Seattle's defense, I've said it many times, it's taken a step back. It's not as good as it was, but it's still better than Washington's. So, I think the only team you can pick is Seattle, really. So, like I said, I went with Seattle.
We're going to go from the west and move right back down south. Right back down south to Miami, Florida, where the Oakland Raiders take on the Miami Dolphins. This game right here on Sunday Night Football, I think, is a huge waste of prime time itself. Bottom line, two teams who I don't think are even going to smell the playoffs. The Raiders are going to fall. The Dolphins come towards the end of the year are going to fall because they just don't have a bye week.
I would like to see the Raiders sneak in, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm going to say this right now. I think those Raiders are going down south. They're going to go fishing. And they're going to catch those Dolphins. I said it.
Yeah, you did.
I'm going Raiders.
You know what, Matt Moore? You burned me 2 weeks in a row now to think of it. I picked the Jets over you, if I remember right. And you 2 weeks ago, and you come in and whoop them. So then I said, okay, Matt Moore's playing great. I'm picking him over the Ravens. Well, guess what? Screw you, Johnny H. That's what you did. And you stunk it up. So now, I'm picking the Raiders over you, and you better not light it up again. 3 weeks in a row. No. Okay? Because the Dolphins, you lost Jay Ajayi to the Eagles. That is going to hurt your running game. Big time. You're on your third string quarterback, Dolphins. I mean, you're a mess. So I think the only real team you can pick in this is the Raiders, to be honest with you.
Let's move to the Monday Nighter.
This is a terrible matchup for
down
Monday
south,
night.
and we're going to go all the way up north.
Terrible.
NFC North matchup, Lions and the Packers. Brett Hundley taking over the Packers. Matthew Stafford.
No, stop doing that. I don't want to edit this stuff all the time.
You really edit out my middle finger?
You didn't even watch the episode?
I didn't have time. I was busy this
You're
week.
part of the show. Do you even watch the games?
Yes.
Is that why my win total is so much higher than yours? You're just blind guessing? Oh my goodness.
I think I've watched more games than you do, actually. And you have more opportunities of watching games than I do.
I mainly focus on the 49ers, and I keep in touch with everything else. I flip back and
I mainly
forth.
focus on the Eagles, and I keep in touch with everybody else. I don't have to back and forth out of the Eagles
don't
game.
have
I don't
to.
change that channel when the Eagles are on.
You don't have to copy my answer.
Well, in this one, I didn't copy your answer.
You should
I
have.
put my cheese head on this week. Brett Hundley, don't let me down. Matthew Stafford, that's all I got to say. Go on Facebook if you guys want to see that. East vs. West NFL Pick Challenge is the Facebook page.
So you're picking the Packers.
EVW NFL PC is the URL. Okay.
You're picking the Packers.
Yeah, I'll put my cheese head on this week. I'm gonna pick the Packers.
Should have listened to your mom. And
Picking the Packers.
his mom told us once Aaron Rodgers got hurt, do not pick the Packers anymore. And I'm taking her advice because it's the Packers with Brett Hundley, which is going to hurt their wide receiving and their passing. And Stafford should be good enough to get the job done on the road. On the road. So, yeah, that's why I went with the Lions.
See, now you don't have to edit it. 'Cause
No.
I'm using a pen.
That's much better.
Matthew Stafford.
Well, you don't even watch the show, man.
I was busy this week. Had a lot going on.
Oh my goodness. I watch it every week, but I edit it, so.
But there it is, Week 9 picks. I'm up 1-0 already with the Jets beating the Bills on Thursday night.
Yeah.
The differentials for this week. I got the Texans over the Colts. Johnny H took the Colts over the Texans. I took the Falcons over the Panthers. Johnny H took the Panthers over the Falcons.
Yes.
I took the Cowboys over the Chiefs. Johnny H took the Chiefs over the Cowboys. Really? Now you don't want to do it? Fine. And then on Monday night, Johnny H took the Lions over the Packers. I took the Packers over the Lions. Yes. So there you have it. The Week 9 picks are in the book. Johnny H, you said you had a rant.
Yes. And you briefly
away.
touched on it, and I tried to steer you away from it. This is going to be more of a fantasy football rant. And I know we really don't touch base on that very much. But, you know what pisses me off? Ezekiel Elliott pisses me off. Because 1 week he's playing, and the next he's not. And then he's playing again, and then he's not. Make up your damn mind. I'm tired of having to set my lineup daily because the NFL and the court system don't know what the fuck they're doing, okay? Like you said, suspend him next year. It's already week 9. Does it make a damn difference? Does it? No, okay? No. You're toying us like we're puppets. You're toying with us. You're toying with us, okay? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Okay, you're toying with the Cowboys fans, which not right, NFL. And you've had all kinds of policies on protesting and all this stuff. And I get it. What Elliott did was bad. He shouldn't have done it. But you know what? You suspended him. he should not have the ability to counteract that. If I get suspended at work, I can't go to the Supreme Court system and go, I got suspended, fix it. No. But he can. And it's fucking my team up, okay? It's fucking my team up. And I shouldn't say that. But I am getting really sick of Ezekiel Elliott playing with our fantasy footballers out there. And I feel your frustration, guys, to the point where I'm ready to trade his ass just so somebody else can have his problem. So, NFL, when you suspend a guy, keep it. Okay, they shouldn't be able to fight that shit. It's bad enough they make way more money than they should for playing a kid's game. Alright? Jeez.
It makes a difference, people.
Fuck my team, man.
It's playoff season. And he's trying to help his team win. But they got to deal with the Eagles in the East, and that's all there is to it.
You're screwing with people.
And here's a little pointer for you fantasy footballers who have Ezekiel Elliott on your team. Just fucking start him.
Yes, this week until
just start him.
Until next week when they say, oh, he's suspended again.
Then keep him in. Because you should expect him to be back.
Just suspend him next year. Do what you did with Tom Brady. Tom Brady got away a whole year without being suspended when he was supposed to. He started this bullshit. Tom Brady, the GOAT, go eat some hay.
You guys can't see this. He's turning red.
Or grass, whatever the hell goats eat. You started this shit.
Cans.
Cut their tongues if they eat cans.
No, they eat cans.
I don't like that
Chew
story.
on cans.
No. Grass is better. It's safer and it's healthier. No goat blood will be on my hands this week.
Alright, everybody. On that note, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
On that note, everybody, there's week 9.
And
the picks are in the books. I'm up 1-0 already. Hopefully that continues and I can lay some type of ground this week. If not, man, the next 7 weeks are going to be very, very, very interesting.
And I apologize for the use of the F-bomb because I got riled up. I try not to cuss in my videos, but oh well, this time.
With that being said, I'm Big Time Mike. This is Johnny H.
Out.